all of Earth's inhabitants. When people fish in excess, they're killing at a faster rate than the victims can recover. The entire ocean is at risk of extinction, and it is our job as coexisting species to help each other. When the fish are all gone, so will a large portion of the international economy. Worldwide, fisheries and aquaculture supplied about 148 million tons of fish in 2010, with a total value of US $217.5 billion. With that much money supply gone, the entire world will feel its effects. Coastal areas such as California and Massachusetts, whose economy are dependent on fish, will suffer and eventually crash. More than 85% of the world's fisheries have been pushed to or beyond their biological limits and are in need of strict management plans to restore them. Its effects are evident across the globe. Billions of people rely on fish for protein and is the principal livelihood for millions of people around the world. Fishermen in Nantucket Sound have been overfishing for the past 100 years, and now they are paying the price. The price of fish has skyrocketed due to the lack of product. Point Dume, California, has been a marine reserve for the past 10 years, and the population of fish in the reserve has almost completely recovered after years of people fishing the point.
Mass fishing is causing species to drop in their total population. Fishermen remove more than 170 billion pounds of sea life each year. Bluefin tuna was a popular fish that could commonly be seen back in the 90s. Now bluefin tuna are a rare sight to see. Today's population of bluefin tuna is estimated at 21 to 29% of its population in 1970. Fishermen catch bluefin tuna by using long lining and pure seines. Long lining is when fishermen unreel a line that can be up to 75 miles long, with hundreds of thousands of baited hooks on the line. The fishermen leave the hooks on the line overnight and wait for fish to come and try and get the bait. Most of the fish will bleed to death or drown. When fish are yanked from the water, they begin to suffocate. Their gills collapse and their swim bladders can rupture because of the sudden change in pressure. There are many scientific reports from around the world that confirm that fish do feel pain. Researchers from the University of Edinburgh and the University of Glasgow studied that pain receptors in fish found that they were strikingly similar to those of mammals. The researchers concluded that fish do have the capacity for pain perception and suffering. Sharks have been feared hunters ever since people first observed them swimming in the vast ocean. Yet today, sharks are declining rapidly on a global scale because humans have replaced them as the ocean's top predators. One way that humans hunt sharks is by using a practice called shark finning. This is the process of slicing off a shark's fin and discarding the rest of the still living body, often by dumping it back into the ocean. Approximately 100 million sharks are killed globally each year. Today, some shark populations have decreased by 60 to 70% due to human shark fisheries.
The fish that we eat are not the only ones being highly affected by mass fishing. Overfishing is disrupting ecosystems and killing marine mammals, and when we overfish, the fish eaten by marine mammals are depleted. This forces them to either abandon their habitat or stay and starve. Millions of marine mammals are starving and washing up on beaches each year. The starvation and loss of habitat are not the only ways overfishing is affecting marine mammals. The U.S. government estimates that approximately 100,000 marine mammals are killed from the fishing industry each year from entrapment and boat collisions. Paul Watson is an American fugitive who has started a show on National Geographic about his quest to protect marine mammals from illegal fishing boats.
And they're overfishing everything, really. We have to allow the ocean to repair itself. 7.5 billion people is simply eating life out of the ocean. There's simply not enough fish, there's not enough resources in the ocean to continue that level of consumption. If the oceans die, we die. Everything is being overfished. 90% of the fishes have been removed from the ocean during the 20th century. By 2048, there won't be any fishing industry because there won't be any fish. 40% of the fish that actually is taken out of the ocean isn't eaten by people. The ecosystems weren't designed for 7.5 billion meat-eating primates. For millions of years, everything in the ocean worked perfectly to preserve a balance. It's only in the last couple of hundred years that humans have gone into the ocean and have upset that balance and caused this kind of ecological chaos seeing right now. We killed off more life in the sea since 1945 until now than we did in all the years previous in Earth.
Fishermen fail to understand that fish belong in the ocean and are needed by marine mammals to survive. Fishermen are also killing endangered marine mammals intentionally. There have been many recorded incidents along the Gulf of Mexico where fishermen shoot dolphins in retaliation to them stealing their fish. Fish are a necessity to a dolphin's diet, not to a man's. The Humane Society of the U.S. states that the loss of fish populations from overfishing have a negative effect on the marine ecosystem that cannot be undone. There are laws that help to prevent overfishing. However, these laws are not enough to stop the issue and are rarely enforced. Private fishing companies constantly abuse their right to fish, and we need to do something about it. Overfishing needs to be stopped before it's too late. If we don't do something about these tragedies, they will continue, and the countless numbers of marine life lost will continue to grow.
Overfishing will soon leave our oceans with no animals in it. The United States government and governments around the world neglect their responsibility to their people and the inhabitants of our oceans and our planet.
Help us spread the word about the genocide that is going on in our backyard. We must shine a light on the criminals that make money on the expense of others. We have to expose the truth that the ocean is not endless, but on the brink of extinction.
We all have the responsibility as coexisting species to educate our fellow peers on this issue of overfishing. Do your job by educating yourself and your neighbors. With enough attention, we can expose those responsible and charge them for the destruction of our planet. We can help pass legislations on fishing limits and an end to mass fishing. You can also help by boycotting the fisheries by making fish a luxury and not a necessity. These simple changes in behavior will give our oceans the well-needed time to replenish. Our ocean may never return to its former self, but with your help we can end the destruction today.